Welcome back to World Hopper TV, your ultimate passport to the world's most breathtaking destinations. Today we're setting off on an unforgettable journey through the 10 best places to visit in Scotland, where ancient castles, wild landscapes, and legendary history collide in spectacular fashion. At first glance, Scotland's rugged beauty feels almost otherworldly. Towering fortresses standing defiantly on cliffs, endless moorlands shrouded in mist, and an air of mystery that lingers in every valley. But spend a little time here, and you'll uncover a land of awe-inspiring highlands perfect for adventure, dramatic coastlines sculpted by time, historic landmarks steeped in battle and bravery, and shimmering lochs that whisper centuries-old secrets. This is a country woven with tales of heroes and heartache, from the fearless Robert the Bruce and the tragic Mary Queen of Scots to the mythical Loch Ness monster and the timeless stories of Macbeth. So pack your sense of adventure and get ready to uncover Scotland's most breathtaking destinations, where history, myth, and natural beauty come together in ways you'll never forget. Let's begin our journey through the best places to visit in Scotland with the breathtaking Isle of Lewis and Harris. There are few places on earth as raw, wild, and utterly mesmerizing as Lewis and Harris. Perched on the edge of the Atlantic in Scotland's Outer Hebrides, this island is where ancient history, dramatic landscapes, and unspoiled beaches collide in spectacular fashion. Despite being one landmass, Lewis in the north and Harris in the south each have their own distinct character. Lewis, a land of windswept cliffs, prehistoric standing stones, and deep Gaelic heritage, and Harris, home to some of the most stunning white sand beaches you'll ever lay eyes on. Step back in time at the Callanish Standing Stones, an awe-inspiring site older than Stonehenge, shrouded in legend and mystery. Wander through Glenfinnan Blackhouse Village, where crofters once battled the elements in sturdy stone homes. Feel the raw power of nature at the Butt of Lewis, where waves crash against towering cliffs, sending sea spray high into the air. Then escape to the unreal beauty of Luscantire Beach, a stretch of dazzling white sand and crystal-clear turquoise waters that looks more like the Caribbean than Scotland. Take a boat tour through the rugged coastline, where seals, dolphins, and even whales glide through the wild Atlantic. Or if you're feeling adventurous, kayak into hidden sea caves, hike the rolling Harris Hills, or sip a glass of world-famous Harris gin at a distillery that perfectly captures the island's magic. Here life moves at a different pace, where Gaelic is still spoken, ancient traditions are alive, and every hill, loch, and shoreline tells a story as old as time. The Isle of Lewis and Harris isn't just a destination, it's a journey into the heart of Scotland's most untamed beauty. Perched atop a series of volcanic hills and crowned by the mighty Edinburgh Castle, this city is a living, breathing storybook. Every cobbled street, hidden alley, and towering spire whispering tales of the past. From medieval royalty and fiery rebellions to ghostly legends and literary greats, Edinburgh is a city that captures the imagination and refuses to let go. Step into the heart of the Royal Mile, where centuries-old buildings loom over bustling streets filled with street performers, storytellers, and the scent of whiskey drifting from cozy pubs. Wander down to Holyrood Palace, the royal residence steeped in intrigue, where Mary, Queen of Scots, once walked the halls. Then take on the challenge of Arthur's Seat, an extinct volcano that rewards climbers with panoramic views of the entire city, the sea, and the distant highlands. But Edinburgh isn't just about looking back. It's alive with thriving arts, world-class festivals, and an atmosphere unlike anywhere else. Lose yourself in the labyrinthine closes and haunted vaults beneath the city streets, where ghostly figures and unsolved mysteries lurk in the shadows. Visit the Scottish National Gallery, soak in the grandeur of the Scottish Parliament, or time your trip for the legendary Edinburgh Fringe Festival, the world's largest arts festival that transforms the city into a whirlwind of comedy, theater, and creativity. And for book lovers, Edinburgh is the world's first UNESCO City of Literature, home to legends like Sir Walter Scott, Robert Louis Stevenson and J.K. Rowling, who penned the first Harry Potter book in a quiet cafe overlooking the city's own Hogwarts-like architecture. Whether you're hunting ghosts in the old town, raising a dram of whiskey in a historic tavern, or watching the sunset over the city from Calton Hill, Edinburgh doesn't just capture your imagination, it becomes a part of you, calling you back again and again. On the way to Inverness, we make a magical stop at the Glenfinnan Viaduct, one of Scotland's most iconic and breathtaking landmarks. Rising above the vast and rugged valley, this sweeping railway bridge is a masterpiece of engineering and a portal to another world. Made famous by the Harry Potter films, watching the Jacobite steam train chug across its towering arches, smoke billowing into the crisp Highland air, is a sight that feels almost unreal. But beyond its cinematic magic, Glenfinnan is steeped in history. Below, Loch glistens in the distance, flanked by towering mountains, and at its shore stands the Glenfinnan Monument, marking the place where Bonnie Prince Charlie's Jacobite uprising began in 1745. It's a moment frozen in time, a place where Scotland's past and present collide in the most breathtaking way. From here, we continue our journey north to Inverness and Loch Ness, where history and legend meet the wild beauty of the Highlands. As the scenery shifts to vast moorlands and rolling hills, we arrive in Inverness, the gateway to the Highlands. This charming city is full of stories waiting to be uncovered. Overlooking the River Ness, the striking Inverness Castle has stood for centuries, guarding the land with its timeless presence. Take a walk along the Ness Islands, a hidden oasis where peaceful woodland trails weave through the rushing river, offering a moment of calm in a city alive with history. Explore the cobbled streets, where lively pubs, cozy cafes, and traditional music bring the spirit of Scotland to life. But Inverness is just the beginning. Just beyond lies the legendary Loch Ness, Scotland's most mysterious and captivating lake. A vast, dark expanse of water stretching over 20 miles. Its depths hold secrets and stories as old as time. Is Nessie real? Many have tried to solve the mystery, but the loch isn't giving up its secrets that easily. The best way to experience its eerie beauty is by boat, gliding across its glassy surface as the Highland mist rolls in. Perched on the shores of the loch are the ruins of Urquhart Castle, once a mighty fortress and now a hauntingly beautiful relic of the past. Stand on its crumbling walls and gaze out over the water, feeling the weight of history and the whisper of myths that have lingered for centuries. Venture deeper into the Highlands to discover the falls of Foyers, where cascading water tumble through ancient forests. This isn't just a journey through Scotland, it's a journey through time, where history and legend intertwine with the breathtaking wild beauty of the Highlands. Forget everything you think you know about Scotland's biggest city. Glasgow isn't just a place, it's a feeling. A city that pulses with art, music, history, and an irrepressible spirit, where grand Victorian architecture stands shoulder to shoulder with cutting-edge design, and every street hums with the sound of live music, laughter, and life being lived to the fullest. This is a place where history meets modern vibrancy in the most spectacular way. Explore the awe-inspiring Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum, where you'll find everything from Renaissance masterpieces to a hanging Spitfire. Walk through the grand halls of the Glasgow Cathedral, a Gothic marvel that has stood since the 12th century, or wander through the eerie yet breathtaking necropolis, a sprawling Victorian cemetery offering some of the best views over the city. But Glasgow's soul lies in its people and their legendary warmth, wit, and no-nonsense charm. You'll feel it in the bohemian streets of the West End, where vintage shops, quirky cafes, and street art line the cobbled lanes. You'll hear it in the world-famous live music scene, from buskers filling Buchanan Street with melodies to iconic venues like King Tut's Wah Wah Hut, where Oasis was famously discovered. Foodies, get ready! Glasgow's culinary scene is on fire. From mouth-watering street food at Dockyard Social to Michelin-starred delights and of course a deep-fried Mars bar for the brave, there's something for every craving. And when the sun sets, Glasgow comes alive. Sip whiskey in a centuries-old pub, dance the night away in the city's legendary clubs, or lose yourself in a secret speakeasy. Whether you're exploring its rich past, soaking in the electric energy of its streets, or simply sitting in a lively cafe watching the world go by, Glasgow's a city that never stops moving, always evolving, and guaranteed to leave you wanting more. The journey to the Isle of Skye isn't just about the destination, it's about the road that leads you there. As you wind through the untamed beauty of the Scottish Highlands, every mile unfolds like a scene from a dream. Mirror-like lochs reflecting towering mountains, mist rolling over vast moorlands, and ancient glens that have stood unchanged for centuries. But before crossing the bridge to Skye, there's one stop that feels like stepping into a fairy tale: Island Donan Castle. Perched on a tiny island where Loch Duich, Loch Long, and Loch Alsh meet, Island Donan is Scotland's most iconic castle. A stone fortress rising from the water like something out of medieval legend. It's a place of battles, clans, and rebellion, once destroyed during the Jacobite uprisings before being lovingly restored to its former glory. Walk across the arched stone bridge and enter its grand halls, where ancient tapestries, hidden passageways, and breathtaking views make you feel like you've traveled through time. Standing on the battlements, looking out over the shimmering loch with mountains towering in the distance, it's easy to see why Island Donan is one of the most photographed castles in the world. Crossing the Skye Bridge, you enter a land where nature reigns supreme, a place of rugged cliffs, mystical landscapes, and unspoiled wilderness that feels untouched by time. First, make your way to the Old Man of Storr, a towering rock formation wrapped in mist, standing like an ancient guardian over the island. Hike through the Quiraing, where jagged peaks and hidden valleys create one of the most surreal and dramatic landscapes in Scotland. Then chase the magic of Skye's fairy pools, a series of crystal-clear waterfalls and rock pools that shimmer in shades of blue and green, tucked away in the shadow of the Cuillin Mountains. But Skye isn't just about nature. It's a place steeped in history and folklore. Explore Dunvegan Castle, the ancestral home of Clan MacLeod, where the legendary fairy flag is said to hold magical powers. Stand at Neist Point, where a lighthouse clings to the cliffs, offering jaw-dropping views over the wild Atlantic. And in the charming harbor town of Portray, with its colorful waterfront houses and bobbing fishing boats, grab some of the freshest seafood you'll ever taste. Whether you're exploring ancient castles, standing at the edge of a windswept cliff, or wandering through landscapes so surreal they feel like another world, the journey to Skye is as unforgettable as the island itself. If there's one place in Scotland where history feels alive, it's Stirling. Sitting at the crossroads of Scotland's past, this ancient city was the heart of clan battles, royal coronations, and legendary victories that shaped the nation. With its towering castle, blood-soaked battlefields, and stories of kings, warriors, and revolutionaries, Stirling is a place where every stone has a tale to tell. Perched high on a craggy volcanic rock, Stirling Castle isn't just one of Scotland's most important fortresses, it's a symbol of power, defiance, and national pride. Once the residence of Mary, Queen of Scots, this stronghold played a pivotal role in the nation's struggles for independence. Walk through its grand halls where monarchs plotted their rule, stand on the battlements overlooking the battlefield-strewn countryside, and explore the Great Hall, where feasts and political intrigue shaped the fate of a kingdom. Beyond the castle, another towering monument dominates the landscape, the Wallace Monument, standing in honor of Scotland's greatest freedom fighter, William Wallace. Built atop Abbey Craig, the very hill where Wallace is said to have watched the English army gather before his legendary victory at the Battle of Stirling Bridge, this Gothic tower is a pilgrimage for those who revere Scotland's fight for freedom. Climb the 246 steps to the top, and you'll be rewarded with panoramic views stretching across the Highlands and Lowlands, the land Wallace fought to free. Inside, you can even see his legendary sword, a weapon so massive it speaks to the sheer strength of the man himself. Just outside the city, the Battle of Bannockburn site marks the location of Robert the Bruce's greatest triumph in 1314, where his outnumbered forces crushed the English army and secured Scotland's independence. But Stirling isn't just about battle cries and medieval fortresses. It's a thriving modern city where past and present blend seamlessly. Wander through its charming old town where centuries-old buildings sit beside lively cafes, traditional pubs, and bustling markets. In Stirling, Scotland's past isn't just something you read about, it's something you walk through, breathe in, and feel in the very air. Just a short distance from Stirling, the Kelpies rise majestically from the landscape. Two colossal horse-head sculptures standing 30 meters tall, shimmering in the light. These breathtaking steel giants pay tribute to Scotland's industrial and equine heritage, inspired by the mythical shape-shifting water spirits of Scottish folklore. Located in the Helix Park, visitors can walk beneath these awe-inspiring structures, explore scenic trails, or take a guided tour to step inside and witness the engineering brilliance behind them. By day, they are a striking landmark. By night, they glow, transforming into an even more mesmerizing spectacle. Nestled in the shadow of Ben Nevis, the UK's highest mountain, Fort William is the beating heart of the Scottish Highlands, a place where rugged landscapes, deep lochs, and cascading waterfalls set the stage for some of the country's most breathtaking adventures. Whether you're here to conquer towering peaks, explore hidden glens, or immerse yourself in Scotland's untamed wilderness, this is where the journey gets truly epic. Towering at 1,345 meters, Ben Nevis is the crown jewel of Scottish mountains, drawing hikers and climbers from around the world. The ascent isn't for the faint-hearted, but those who take on the challenge are rewarded with unparalleled panoramic views stretching across the Highlands and beyond. But even if you're not climbing, Ben Nevis still commands attention, whether admired from the shores of Loch Linnhe, mirrored in the water, or from the ruins of old Inverness Castle, a fortress steeped in bloody clan history. In winter, the Nevis Range transforms into Scotland's premier ski resort, with pristine slopes, thrilling downhill runs, and some of the most breathtaking ski scenery in the country. For those who prefer a more relaxed experience, the UK's only mountain gondola offers a scenic ascent up Anach Moor, revealing unbeatable views over the Great Glen and beyond. Down at the water's edge, the Corpash Shipwreck sits eerily against a backdrop of towering mountains, its rusting frame a striking contrast to the raw beauty of the Highlands. A scene straight out of a painting, this abandoned trawler is one of the most surreal and photogenic locations in Scotland. Nearby, Loch Linnhe stretches into the distance, a vast, shimmering expanse where seals bask on rocky shores and otters play in the shallows. For waterfall lovers, Stool Falls, Scotland's second highest waterfall, plunges dramatically into a lush valley. Further out, the Intree Falls cascade through dense pine forests, where red squirrels dart between the trees, and the scent of the wild highlands lingers in the air. No visit is complete without riding the Jacobite steam train, often hailed as the world's greatest railway journey. Puffing its way from Fort William to Mallaig, this vintage locomotive takes you through some of Scotland's most jaw-dropping landscapes. Sit back, listen to the rhythmic chug of the steam engine, and watch as the Highlands unfold before your eyes. For those drawn to the sea, a visit to Portland Head Light offers a glimpse into Scotland's deep maritime heritage. Perched dramatically on a rugged coastline, its striking white tower has guided sailors for centuries. Portland Head Light is a stunning reminder of Scotland's long relationship with the ocean. Whether you're skiing the Nevis Range, hiking ancient trails, chasing waterfalls, or riding a steam train through landscapes straight out of a movie, Fort William is more than just a destination. It's Scotland's wild heart beating the loudest. Perched on the rugged east coast of Fife, St Andrews is a town of legendary status, the birthplace of golf, home to Scotland's oldest university, and a place steeped in royal and medieval history. Wandering its cobbled streets with ancient ruins, sandy beaches, and world-famous golf courses surrounding you, it's easy to see why this charming town has captivated visitors for centuries. Golf lovers from around the globe make the pilgrimage to the Old Course at St Andrews, the most iconic golf course in the world. Standing at the legendary Swilcan Bridge on the 18th hole, where generations of golfing greats have crossed, is an unforgettable moment for any fan of the sport. But even if you've never swung a club, the stunning views of the West Sands Beach and the North Sea beyond make this a must-visit spot. History comes alive in the hauntingly beautiful ruins of St Andrew's Cathedral, once the largest church in Scotland and a powerful symbol of medieval faith. Climb St Rule's Tower, the last standing remnant of the cathedral, for a breathtaking panoramic view over the town, coastline, and rolling Fife countryside. Nearby, the imposing St Andrew's Castle, perched dramatically on the cliffs, tells tales of brutal sieges, secret dungeons, and Scotland's turbulent past. But St Andrews isn't just about history and golf. It's a vibrant town filled with cozy cafes, traditional pubs, and a lively student scene, thanks to the prestigious University of St Andrews. Founded in 1413, it's the third oldest university in the English-speaking world, and its historic quadrangles and ivy-clad buildings have educated royalty, including Prince William, who met Kate Middleton here. Whether you're watching the waves roll onto West Sands, standing beneath the towering ruins of the cathedral, or wandering the fairways where legends are made, St Andrews isn't just a place, it's Scotland's beating heart of history, tradition, and coastal beauty. There are places in Scotland that take your breath away. And then there's Glencoe, a landscape so rugged, so steeped in legend, that it feels like the very soul of the Highlands. With its towering mountains, mist-shrouded peaks, and deep glacial valleys, Glencoe is wild, raw, and unforgettable. Carved by fire and ice, this ancient volcanic glen is home to some of the most striking scenery in Scotland. The Three Sisters of Glencoe, three towering ridges standing sentinel over the valley, dominate the landscape, their slopes disappearing into swirling mist. Whether you're driving through or setting out on foot, every turn reveals another jaw-dropping view, another moment of pure Highland magic. But Glencoe is more than just breathtaking landscapes. It's a place where history runs deep. This is the site of the infamous 1692 Glencoe massacre, when the MacDonald clan was betrayed and slaughtered under the guise of Highland hospitality. Walk through this valley and you don't just see the past, you feel it. The land holds echoes of the past, carried by the wind and whispered through the mountains. For adventurers, Glencoe is a paradise. Hike through the Lost Valley where the MacDonalds once hid their cattle, or challenge yourself with the Devil's Staircase, part of the famous West Highland Way. Climbers and mountaineers come from all over to tackle Bwchila Eat More, the iconic pyramid-shaped peak that stands like a guardian at the entrance to the glen. In winter, the Glencoe Mountain Resort offers some of Scotland's best skiing and snowboarding, while summer brings mountain biking, hill walking, and the kind of solitude that only the Highlands can provide. Even if you're not scaling peaks or trekking through valleys, Glencoe is a place to simply exist, to stand in awe of the towering cliffs, feel the wind whip through the glen, and watch as the light shifts, painting the landscape in shades of gold, blue, and green. Whether you're hiking through misty valleys, retracing the steps of history, or simply soaking in the sheer scale of the Highlands, Glencoe is more than just a glen. It's Scotland's wild heart, untamed and unforgettable. There's no better way to end this journey through Scotland than on its breathtaking west coast, where Arisaig and Mallaig offer a final unforgettable taste of untamed beauty, shimmering beaches, and horizons that stretch beyond the Isles. If you're searching for Scotland's hidden coastal gems, where turquoise waters meet untouched shores and time slows to a whisper, Arisaig and Mallaig are where you need to be. Nestled along the rugged coastline, these charming seaside villages boast some of the most spectacular scenery in Scotland, serving as both a gateway to the Isles and an adventure through some of the country's most awe-inspiring landscapes. Arisaig is a place of pure tranquility, where golden dunes and silver beaches stretch endlessly along the coast. The white sands of Morar, a breathtaking stretch of coastline just outside the village, look like they belong in the Caribbean. Crystal clear waters, soft white sand, and views that stretch across to the Isle of Skye and the small isles. The tide reveals hidden coves and rock pools, and if you're lucky, you might spot seals, otters, or even dolphins playing in the shallows. For those who love to explore by water, a sea kayaking trip from Arisaig's sheltered coastline is an unforgettable experience, offering a close-up view of the islands, hidden sea caves, and the incredible marine life that thrives in these waters. And when the sun starts to set, few places in Scotland offer a more magical view than the sun dipping below the horizon over the Isles of Skye and Rum. Further along the coast, Mallaig stands at the edge of Scotland's wild frontier, a bustling fishing port, the final stop on the Jacobite steam train's legendary journey, and the gateway to the Isle of Skye and the small isles. The ferry terminals hum with island-bound travelers. Fishing boats bob in the harbor, and the scent of freshly caught seafood drifts through the air. It's the kind of place where adventure begins, or in this case, where our journey ends. For one last breathtaking experience, ride the Jacobite steam train, winding through misty glens, past deep lochs, and across the iconic Glenfinnan Viaduct, reliving one of the most spectacular railway journeys in the world. As the final stretch of track disappears into the west, you'll realize this isn't just the end of the line. It's the start of a love affair with Scotland that never truly leaves you. And that's a wrap on our journey through Scotland. From the misty glens of Glencoe to the wind-swept shores of Arisaig, from ancient castles standing defiantly against time to the endless horizons of the Highlands, this has been a journey through a land like no other. Scotland is raw, untamed, and unforgettable, a place that doesn't just leave an impression, but etches itself into your soul. But the adventure doesn't end here. There's always another trail to follow, another legend to uncover, another moment where Scotland takes your breath away. If you've felt the pull of Scotland's wild heart, don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys through the world's most incredible landscapes. And if you're ready to experience it for yourself, check out the links in the description for discounted tickets and travel deals. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy travels!